With almost 500 sessions at Next 2018, it's understandable that you couldn't get to them all. So, if you didn't see enhancing productivity with assistants in G Suite, then stay tuned, because here's the rewind. I'm Joanna Smith, and I picked this rewind because my #1 focus this year is replacing tedious tasks with clever solutions, and that is what these guys are here to talk about. This talk had 3 awesome speakers. It begins with Tom Holman, a senior product manager for G Suite Intelligence, as he sets the stage for how Google is using machine learning internally to help us build better products. The basic idea here is that ML is the sort of tool we are building into every aspect of our company. And this actually started a while back with a simple experiment with Smart Reply in Gmail. And that led to a much greater initiative with helping users to become better writers and not simply autocorrecting what they write. Tom ends his prelude by announcing 2 awesome new features, Smart Compose in Gmail and Grammar in Docs. And at this point, Paul Lambert, the product manager for Gmail, comes out to talk about Smart Compose. Of course, with announcements like these, you expect a cool demo, but since this tool is so incredibly simple to use, that only took about 8 seconds. So with the rest of his time, Paul presents something much more interesting, in my opinion. He walked the audience through the entire creation process for Smart Compose, how the team began with Smart Reply, where users could choose one of 3 pre-written responses, how they plugged into the service that can autocomplete your Google search queries, and how unstructured language is apparently way more complicated than search queries. And then he goes into some really cool depth on the iterations and the various design looks they tested before settling on the type-ahead style you can use in Gmail today. This walkthrough of the feature development and how the team tackled the ambitious task before them is the kind of insight that makes a conference talk stand out from a blog post, which, is my job. So if you're interested, flip over to the recorded talk. But I've still got one more piece to rewind. After Paul stepped off stage, it was Vishnu's turn. As a product manager for Google Docs, Vishnu Sivaji gave us an overview of grammar for Docs. Similar to Paul's approach, Vishnu provided a lot of really cool context to this new feature. They had another ambitious goal, to improve collaboration and communication between users without turning technology into a crutch. Rather, this team wanted to help users improve, to become better writers. They started with the existing spelling correction that was built into G Suite, which is great because it is already a context-aware feature. Like, it knows you probably meant to type aisle, even though aisle is a valid word. Grammar is a much more complex and subjective issue than spelling. Fun fact, it's so subjective that the team building the feature couldn't even agree on grammar rules. So they took a different approach and decided to apply machine learning to translation. But instead of solving the problem of translating between 2 languages, they solved the problem of translating within one language, from incorrect to correct. And after another round of design experiments, we ended up with a feature that can help writers improve in 2 ways. As you write, contextual suggestions will appear with, blue underlines. But if you prefer to write first and then revise, there's an overall spelling and grammar check that walks you through the suggestions. So these 3 speakers provided a truly interesting inside look behind 2 major writing improvements in G Suite. If you'd like to see the full talk, check out the link in the description below. And don't forget to subscribe to the Cloud YouTube channel for more great Next Rewind content. Thanks for watching!